What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I am your host as always, Rasheed White. All right, let's get into it. We're going to get into a live stream tomorrow night. I got to get up early in the morning, so most definitely, God willing, tomorrow. Technically, it is Monday. It's about 12:05 right now as I am recording this video over here. So you guys see the titles, you see the thumbnail over there, man. 5 dream trades that'll actually get the Brooklyn Nets back into, I guess, championship contention. It says, let me get the article up for you guys over here, man. Let's see. Here we go over here, man. So it says 5 dream targets for Brooklyn Nets if they want to go all in. I don't know what they actually mean by that. So it says they're going for a rebuild. So going all in for the playoffs might be their best move. I don't know why. I just think a lot of these guys really kind of hate the Brooklyn Nets, man. But we're gonna see what we're gonna look at the players that they're actually talking about over here. So let's see. So the first is actually Trey Young. And it says potential trade offer to the Hawks: Ben Simmons, Zack LaVine, 2025 first round pick, 2027 first round pick, 2028 first round pick, 2029 first round pick. That's a lot for Trey Young, man. I like Trey Young. I mean, it definitely gives us some more offensive versatility at the point guard position, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I think Boston is really going to kind of keep that team intact, and they would just target him. And now the NBA is really kind of allowing more physicality. He's not really getting the calls that he used to about 4 or 5 years ago, and where he used to try to I guess pump fake and throw himself into you. He would try to initiate contact, and he wasn't getting those calls. So it says over here that he's averaging 21.8 points a game and a league best 12.5 assists and 3.7 rebounds per game, showcasing his ability to both score and create for others at an elite level. His partnership with Cam Thomas can create a dynamic backcourt, blending Young playmaking and Thomas' scoring ability to a more potent combination. I hate that backcourt, man. I don't know if that can. I don't know. I just don't like that backcourt. I mean, that would be a horrible backcourt, man. I mean, you see what Boston was doing to Cam Thomas, like in the couple of games that they actually had this season. They would just target him with Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, and then you have to send help, and it would be worse for Trey Young. So let's go into. Well, hold on. Let's finish this up right here. It says, the Hawks parting ways with Trey Young might feel like a tough pill to swallow, but it could make sense as they pivot towards a youth-driven rebuild. Atlanta's young core led by, let me see. Why would they want to, I don't know, man. I think we got our picks. I don't know. This Trey Young doesn't move a needle to me. I mean, he needs to go to, a team where they have like the Spurs was actually would definitely be a good move right there, man. I don't know about the Brooklyn Nets. So Jimmy Butler, oh Lord. It says potential trade offer to the Heat is Dorian Finney-Smith, 2027 first round pick, 2029 first round pick, and it says Jimmy Butler's time with the Heat might be nearing its end. This season, Butler has struggled by his own standards, averaging 18.4 points, 5.4 rebounds, 4.8 assists per game. The Heat sitting 6th in the Eastern Conference with an 8-6 record, are in an awkward spot, good enough to compete, but far from a title contention. All right, so if he's not having really that much impact in Miami, why the hell do we actually want him then, man? I don't get this over here, man. So number 3, it goes into Zack LaVine over here. So it says the potential trade offer to the Bulls: Ben Simmons, Zack LaVine, 2027 first round pick, 2029 first round pick. Now, at least I think the Nets actually get to keep their 25 and 26 picks, which we know is actually really loaded. This might not be that bad of a trade over here, man. Still going to need a point guard. I don't think Dennis Schroeder is it, but and I guess in the draft you can actually really truly address that. So it says Zack LaVine has been the center of trade rumors for what feels like forever, and this offseason is no different. Despite the Bulls publicly stating their commitment to him, the fit of LaVine and Vucevic on the roster, stuck in no man's land, has led to constant speculation. So LaVine's massive contract, $215 million over 5 years, ouch. And he's been riddled with injuries, man. So I don't know if this is actually really a good move right here. The Bulls sitting 8-12, and 10th in the East, have a young core with Josh Giddey. I can't even pronounce this guy's name, man. I'm just tired right now. Kobe White, but keeping LaVine and Vucevic makes them just good enough to avoid tanking, while not quite good enough to actually contend. So the whole question is over here is actually if Zack LaVine comes here, what that actually does to the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, he hasn't really been healthy. He had multiple injuries. I know the first year they kind of, he was in Minnesota the first year. They kind of played him out of position. They put him at the point guard. I don't know, man. It says for the Nets, the appeal of LaVine is obvious with Cam Thomas out for at least 3 to 4 weeks due to a left hamstring strain. The Nets are missing a dynamic scorer in their lineup. LaVine at 21.6 points, and we already went over those numbers already. So LaVine fits in the Nets system will be nearly ideal. His ability to play both on and off the ball will maximize the team's spacing and ball movement, especially with shooters like Cam Johnson and Bojan already in place. I don't know, man. I mean, because I think if you, because the Nets actually still kind of keep the 25 and 26 picks, so it wouldn't make any sense to actually just bring LaVine here. And you could arguably say that they're actually better players. Well, I wouldn't say better players, but let's say players with like higher ceilings than LaVine's in this draft over here. So, well, I don't know, man. So number 4 is CJ McCullum. Potential trade offer to the Pelicans will be Dennis Schroeder, Dorian Finney-Smith, Clowney, and 2027 first round pick. All right, it's not bad. I mean, the Nets actually do need veterans on this team. I don't know how much impact will he actually have, but he's been, it says over here, since McCullum got back on the court after dealing with an ankle sprain, he's been solid since returning, averaging 20 points a game. Let's say 19.5, rounded off, 3.5 rebounds, and 3.56. He even dropped 23 and 19 points in the last 2 outings. So they talk about DeJounte Murray coming back. So, I mean, the one common thing we can see out of all this is that these guys, that this fadeaway world is actually saying, it's not really, these guys aren't really having any type of impact to winning on their teams, So none of these guys, I don't think, makes any type of sense really to bring them on unless, you have like a champion, like a Boston type roster. But I don't know. This is like a rebuild, so I don't know if it doesn't make any, if it makes sense for these guys coming in here. But again, this pick is actually good because they're not giving up their 25 and their 26 pick over here, which has AJ DeBosta, Cameron Boozer in 26, Cooper Flag in 25. So, all right. So, and finally, number 5, the last one over here. Potential trade offer to the Clippers is Cam Johnson, 2027 first round pick, 2029 first round pick. So the Clippers have having a solid season, 12-8, sitting 6th in the West, but it hasn't been easy. Then it out due to knee issues and Paul George leaving the 76ers for the offseason. They've been leaning heavily on Norman Powell. He's delivered, putting up an impressive 23.3 points per game. So if that's the case, I don't know if they want to even trade Powell, but for the Nets case, I want to see how much he actually really impacts winning. So we know the West is actually really loaded. I think they got like almost 10 teams right now currently that's over 500. So for him to actually keep the Clippers in 6th place is actually really impressive. I've seen him play sparingly, but like I said, he hasn't really, I don't know how much of an impact player that he would actually be right now. And it says over here, Powell will be a great pickup. They're missing Cam Thomas right now, who's recovering from a hamstring injury. Powell's scoring, but how that backcourt actually looks between him and Cam Thomas is actually much to be desired for. All right, so it says once Thomas is back, the idea of Powell and Thomas sharing the court becomes a nightmare for opposing defenses. Again, so this pick is actually, I guess this trade is not that bad because again, you keeping your 25, and I hate to get rid of Cam Johnson, but I guess for Norman Powell, I guess is an upgrade though. I guess. So the CJ McCullum one is okay. Zack LaVine. I don't think it's really that bad because you're not giving up the 25-26 pick. We're gonna recap this. Butler held to the nigga. No. And Trey Young, I think with Trey Young, you got to give up the farm for him. And I don't know why Atlanta will want to give him up. I mean, he's a draw there. He's a lot of player. He's a lot of he relates to a lot of people, right? A lot of people aren't like 6'6", 6'7". Like Trey Young is like 5'11", and he's just more easily relatable to the average person than like the LeBron James and the KDs because a lot of people aren't just like genetically gifted like that. So I will wrap this video up and let me know what you think in the comment section there. Should the Nets actually pull off any of these moves? This is not, I guess they're not bad because again, you're not giving up any of these 25 and your 26 pick. And if you get like a Dylan Harper over there, man, like Dylan Harper, Norman Powell, Cam Thomas, I guess Norman can play the 3. I mean, this is not, it's not that bad. It's not that bad over there. All right, so definitely like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And when you share, the universe shares back with you. Peace.